Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the trending Chrisland schools scenario. So a few days ago we were served with that news of what happened to the children of Chrisland schools when they went for I think a sports activity in Dubai, something like that. So the news has been trending all over the internet, and then um, the mother of the girl came up to speak, and the whole scenario is something that is not good. It is something that is frustrating. It is something that is so sad, especially that it's happening to the children. And I'm going to attach some clips of the mother's speech, like what the mother said after she got to learn of what happened to my daughter. But there are some observations that I had from the mother's speech, and from my own perspective, I feel like it is just a whole circle of failure. The parents have failed, the schools have failed, the community has failed.
Headquarters. I said, okay, is there a problem? They said no, that they just wanted me to know that my daughter, whom I left in their care, that they took to Dubai, that she had a kiss with a boy, and the boy also kissed her. So they found out that they got that kissing thing from True and Dear. So I said, okay, if it is that I will curtail, that what they wanted me to do was for me to take her phone from her so that they won't keep practicing that. I said, okay, if it's just that I will collect, I was going to get the phone from her. So if there was any other thing, they said no. Even Mrs. Kemi told me that I should not tell my husband, that it is not everything women discuss or discloses to their husband. So I said, oh, okay, no problem. As long as this is just kissing, and that I will caution my daughter. So I left them. Then I didn't hear anything from them again. The girl was going. I thought everything was fine. Not until after 2 to 3 weeks that we had that conversation, Mrs. Azike, the head teacher, now sent me a link that she wanted us to have a Zoom meeting by 5 p.m. I said, okay, that I was going to join them. So by the time, I logged on, I did not see anybody. I had to call her that I did not see anybody online. She now said, okay, she was going to contact the rest people. I said, okay. So we had that meeting. There were many people, board of directors, which, I was even the one asking them, what is your name, sir? What, can you introduce yourself? And so one particularly said that his name is Akin. They have been coming to have meeting. They've been sending delegates from their headquarters to have meeting with my daughter without my consent. I was not aware, we were not informed. So please, I am begging Nigerians to help me. Help me, because Chrisland was trying to hide this issue. Chrisland was trying to push us out of the way. And my daughter was going psychologically, insane. That they had other people, other delegates that came to interrogate my daughter. As soon as we finished that Mother's Day, I left, and they took my daughter elsewhere to go and interrogate her without my consent.
Coach.
Secondly, they've been threatening my daughter that if she speaks out, that they are going to kill her. That it is a men's world. That she should keep quiet. She shouldn't disclose to me. And my daughter was dying in silence. I didn't know.
That incident is such a heartbreaking thing, and there are so many blames going around. There are people blaming the school, there are people blaming the parents, there are people blaming the child. Of course, everyone is to be blamed for that very scenario. because the school had a part to play and the parents themselves had a part to play. And I think they had the biggest part to play because to me, I feel like, you know, somebody went ahead to expose the social media page of this child. I don't know if the parents were aware that this kid had this page and whatever videos they were putting there. I don't know if they were aware. And first of all, it's not a bad thing for your child to have a phone. It is not a bad thing. But then, do you take control over this phone? Do you check the activities of this child? Um, these children now, they know about internet, they know about things. But I think as a parent, you should be able to restrict some apps on the phone. If at all you want your child to use a smartphone, we know that some parents are like, we don't want our children to go through what we went through, which is okay. But then you can still you go to restrictions and restrict some apps. There are some apps that your child is not supposed to even be using. A 10-year-old having a social media page, what is this child feeding on? What is this child posting? As a parent, you should be monitoring those things. You should be actually the one who is in control of those pages, posting things and responsible for comments. Okay, because now the mother was like, every other parent knew what was going on, but she didn't know. And me, I'm thinking, this is your child. At the end of the day, the child goes to school and comes back to you. So when the child is back, what do you do? Are you just that kind of parent who is working, 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 and doesn't really care about all you want is take the child to an expensive school, buy them clothes, give them food, that is it. How about the other areas? Who do you expect to be handling those parts for you? We are handing over children to school, and I think what the teachers know at school is my work is only to teach this child in class and I get my salary. That is it. If you do not raise your child, like the foundation of a child is very important. If you do not lay the right foundations of the child, don't expect this child to be well groomed. So the mother was like, they paid a lot of money for this child to go for this particular trip, and they handed over the child to the school. I think my only problem with the school is why did they hide? Why did they have to be having secret meetings with this child? Why did they threaten the child if what the mother said was true? There is definitely a problem with the school. And then now, as a parent, I think the biggest blame is to the parents, honestly, because your child has come back. If you truly had that relationship with your child, you would be asking questions. What happened? How did it go? You would be asking questions. And if you raised your child in a way that the child is free to talk to you, I think you would have learned this early enough, not hearing it from a friend, not hearing it from another parent. You would have gotten it firsthand. So I think that clearly states that there is a gap between the children and the parents, because we're handing over our children to the teachers at school, we are handing them over to housemaids, we are handing them over to drivers, and you don't really care about their well-being. You're just all about work, work. All I know is I have to go work, make money. um they live in a good house and all of that, but who is supposed to teach these children morals? I know maybe it's because some of these parents, as they were growing up, they were also abandoned by their own parents, but then we should learn better that we can do, even if we didn't get it, we can still give it to our children. Because I looked at the photos, the videos of that child, they did not seem like somebody who is a 10-year-old. How can a 10-year-old be doing all that she has been doing? That is too much for a 10-year-old. And then you're dressing your kids. We introduce the children to adulthood so early. The way you dress your kids, why are you smearing heavy makeup on a 5-year-old child? lipstick and everything. The clothes you buy for them, very skimpy clothes. So what do you expect? What content are your children watching? As in, those are a whole lot of things that we should look at. When your child comes home, like now when you had the information from another parent, what did you do? If you're a very serious parent, you begin investigating. You had there's something going online about your child. Go do research. Not just sit and be like, okay, that's a normal thing from what the people who came from the headquarters. It's not a normal thing. We should take responsibility of our children. We should not leave them at the mercy of housemaids. We should not leave them because the housemaid knows I'm here working, you pay me, that is it. The school, the teachers at school know that I'm here to work, I get my salary. But then this child of yours, they're not going to refer to this teacher. It's going to be you. You're the one who's going to face the consequences. So let us take responsibility of our children. And then, first of all, the videos this child has been creating. If you are a serious parent, you notice trends in your child. Like, you have to be serious about the friends this child has. Who are the people associating with my child? If it's a driver taking your child to school, you need to ask questions when the child comes back. So where did you go? What did you do? And all of that. You need to ask. And then when the child comes back to school, back from school, I mean, ask questions. What happened at school? How are people supposed to help your child? If you as a parent you failed to help your own child, if you're not paying attention to your child, if you're not so cautious of the behaviors this child is exhibiting, you're not just a serious parent about your child. So how do you expect other people to help your child? It is not possible. Other people can only do very little. It is you as a parent who is supposed to do much of the work. Give time to your children. It's not all about work. Raising that child is your primary responsibility. And I think most people are just interested about having children. How the children grow is none of their business. I think I made a whole video about the baby pressure. You can just scroll down, check down below, and you'll find the video. I spoke about irresponsible parents. You just think about bringing a child to this earth, how the child grows, the well-being. Who is supposed to teach this child morals? You do not care about that. So there is no way we as the community are going to help your children, because some of you parents also, you'll be like, if you dare touch my child, if you dare say anything to my child, so how do you expect other people to help you? Help your child so that we can be able to. If you do not teach your child good manners at home, don't expect the teachers to do. And then you might be like, I'm raising my child well. Do not forget that this child is going to also mingle with others who have been abandoned by their parents. So we should always take responsibility. The whole Chrisland issue, it is an eye opener for us. It might have happened to this parent and the child, but that doesn't neglect the fact that we have to open our eyes. We have to step up. We have to take precautions. We have to become very serious with our children. It might have happened in Nigeria, not in your own country, but it is an eye opener. It is sending forth a message to us who are parents to be. So this is an eye opener to all of us. We should not relax with our children. Let us take our children as serious as the jobs we are doing. And yeah, if you don't help them, there's no way anybody is going to help them for you. So you first have to help them so that other people can help. If you do not break the horns of this child while they're at home, don't expect the teacher at school to do it for you, because it is not their child, it is not their responsibility. If you don't teach them, TikTok will teach them for you, Instagram will teach them, Facebook will teach them, YouTube will teach them for you. If you do not teach them, you're giving this child this phone, you do not take track of the activities they are doing. What do you think the child is learning from the internet? What? There is a lot of content on the internet that only an adult can filter. if adults have issues with the adults who take breaks from social media because they just want to clear their mind, how about the children? And the browsers they use, there is this phonics browser. If anybody has ever come across that browser, those pop-ups that come, all of them, you can restrict those things on your children's phone. So learn to take responsibility. And today it has happened to this parent. You never know what is, it might come knocking at your door the next day if you are not careful, if you do not open your eyes. So as much as we are blaming the parents, we are blaming the schools, but each and every one of us should take responsibility. That is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.